What is good, YouTube? Hopefully you're all having a good day. Today in this video, I'm going to be comparing Thanos with Cable from Avengers Infinity War and Deadpool 2, because as you guys know, the actor who played both Thanos and Cable is of course Josh Brolin. Mind blowing to think that he played two iconic comic book characters in the space of a few weeks. So we're going to be comparing and we're going to be giving my overall opinion as to who I think Josh Brolin played better by the end of the video. Now before we begin, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel to get more videos like this. Hit that notification bell for my subscribers for you to not miss a single upload. Like this video, share this video with your friends as well to show your support to the channel and help it grow. Now, we're going to be talking about the pros and cons for Thanos first, because Avengers Infinity War has been out for longer. But for those of you who have yet to see Infinity War, there are going to be spoilers in this video. But for those of you who haven't seen Deadpool 2 yet, there will be no spoilers for that movie in this video, so you're safe. So when I talk about the pros and cons of Cable in Deadpool 2, you won't have to worry about me spoiling the movie, because there are going to be no spoilers for Deadpool 2. So now let's talk about the very first pro for Thanos. Now, the number one pro for Thanos is that he is a very complex villain. Thanos in Avengers Infinity War showed he was a greatly layered character who had mixed emotions. He actually cared and loved for people, because of course we know from the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie that Thanos' favorite daughter is of course Gamora. He was conflicted when he had to choose between obtaining the Soul Stone over his favorite daughter's life, and this is why I say that Thanos in Infinity War is a much more compelling character than his comic book counterpart, because his comic book counterpart is more just about death and destruction. I would say that there's more to the movie version than there is to the comic book version. And the second pro for Thanos is that he is the best MCU villain, period. Just a few short months ago, before Avengers Infinity War hit theaters, we had the awesome villain known as Eric Killmonger in Black Panther, who at that time was classed as the MCU's best villain. A few months later, Thanos comes along and actually takes Killmonger's short reign as the number one villain. Josh Brolin played the character with much heart, despite him merely being the mocap for Thanos, but this leads into the next pro. And the next pro is that for an all CGI character, he looked great, he looked perfect, he looked fantastic. He wasn't real, but he felt real, and Josh Brolin captured the facial expressions of Thanos very, very well. So the fourth and final pro we have to Thanos is that he actually accomplished his goals. His goal was to get all 6 Infinity Stones and wipe out half the universe by snapping his fingers, and he did just that. The villain won, which is very, very rare in these superhero movies, and the only other villain you can actually say who actually won in their movie was actually Heath Ledger's Joker in The Dark Knight. And of course you can actually compare Thanos with Heath Ledger's Joker. Thanos is on that level. I still think that Heath Ledger's Joker is still number one, the number one comic book movie villain of all time, but Thanos is a close second and Eric Killmonger is a third. Now let's talk about the cons for Thanos. Now, the only one con that I have for Thanos is that we didn't really get to see his full backstory. We only saw a glimpse of his backstory when he was explaining it to Doctor Strange about the destruction of Titan and how he wanted to prevent it from happening. Now, I'm going to dive deeper into this when I talk about the first pro I have for Cable, which is going to be right now. So the number one pro I have for Cable is that he has a very strong motivation. We see in Deadpool 2 why Cable goes back in time to kill the kid. We can empathize with him on a personal level because we actually get to see it. If you've already seen Deadpool 2, you already know exactly what I'm talking about. This is one area Cable excels over Thanos in. One of the golden rules in storytelling is show, not tell. And in this case, Deadpool 2 showed Cable's motivation, whereas in Avengers Infinity War, they didn't show Thanos' motivation, they just really brushed over it with some expedition dialogue. So the second pro we have with Cable is that he has good chemistry with the cast members, and the person whom Josh Brolin had the most chemistry on screen with in Deadpool 2 was with Deadpool himself, Ryan Reynolds. I'd even go as far as saying that Josh Brolin and Ryan Reynolds had more chemistry together than Brolin's and Thanos did with any of the characters in Avengers Infinity War. Maybe you guys think differently. Do you agree with me on when I say that? Let me know what you think. Share your thoughts down below in the comments. And the final pro I have for Cable is that he had very awesome fight scenes. His fight with Deadpool in that truck, this is not a spoiler because it's been shown in the trailers as one of the money shots. It is very epic. It is very just mind-blowing, to say the least. So go and check it out if you haven't seen the movie yet, because you will not regret it. Now let's talk about the one and only con that I have for Josh Brolin's Cable. And the one and only con that I have for Josh Brolin's Cable is that Josh Brolin had a much smaller role to play with Cable in Deadpool 2 than he did with Thanos in Avengers Infinity War. Surprisingly, it took quite a while before Cable actually showed up for the first time in Deadpool 2. This led to not getting enough screen time as one might have first thought, but he did get a decent amount, don't get me wrong, just not as much as we were led to believe that he would get. Unsurprisingly though, Josh Brolin's role in Deadpool 2 was smaller than his role in Infinity War because in Infinity War it was basically Thanos' movie. Thanos was the main character, so of course he will have the more screen time than he will in Deadpool 2. Deadpool 2 is Deadpool's movie, it's not Cable's movie. So to conclude, I personally prefer Josh Brolin playing Thanos over Cable simply due to the impact Thanos had in Avengers Infinity War. That impact wasn't really felt as much in Deadpool 2, but he is still a very good Cable nonetheless, and I'm excited to see him return to both characters in X-Force and Avengers 4. So what do you guys think? Do you think Josh Brolin played Thanos better than Cable, or Cable better than Thanos in Deadpool 2 and Avengers Infinity War? Share your thoughts down below in the comments. So if you like this video, give this video a big thumbs up, share this video with your friends, subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys later for more videos.